this is John for MTG Nexus coming at you with a bit of an unusual Saturday night stream. Coming at you with Bosseidon's recommended burn list. As a friendly reminder, if you like burn content especially, or anything lightning bolt based, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, as we aim to do the most informative lightning bolt based content for Modern on YouTube. Lately we've been working on Arclight Phoenix, trying to bring that deck up a little bit back, but time to switch gears and work on our bread and butter, which is burn. And I recently reached out on Twitter. Hi, good night. Okay. How you doing, Flash Joppa? So this is Bosseidon, one of the other burn streamers' most recent recommended list. He tends to run Boros Burn, or lately he's also been running, I think, Mono Red Prowess, of a kind of little bit older variant. I think he was running Kiln Fiends and some such to some success. And he is a noted contributor to the Burn Discord, and also someone that I've mentioned on several occasions. He's pioneered a couple different innovations to Burn in particular, or changes to lists. He was the one where I got the idea for running Clothes in, the early stages of the Uro domination of the modern format, and also he is the one that has really kind of pioneered and pushed for surgical extraction as graveyard hate preference in Burn. And this is his most recent list, has a few other notable utilities. The first one being he is running Seal of Fire, which is a change that I am very, very fond of. One of the things I've noted as a weakness of Burn is, especially Boros, is the lack of 1-mana interaction on the draw. So if you're up against like an Arbor Elf out of Gruul, or a 1-mana creature out of a Burn deck, or some other type of mana dork, you're often not able to answer it until turn 2. Your opponent's already gotten their advantage of playing a 3-drop on turn 1, or hit you with their Goblin Guide twice. All that kind of fun, nonsensical stuff. So this kind of gives you another answer to those early creatures in Seal of Fire and Lightning Bolt, giving you 2 cards that allow you to answer those quick early creature rushes. And that's pretty much the main thing, and notably no Rift Bolt in the main deck, which I didn't quite ask him for that because I just realized it as I was uploading the list what was going on with it. But if you like burn content, let me see if I can get the information here correctly. His Twitter handle is @BossiedonRed, and his Twitch is twitch.tv/BossiedonRed. I believe he streams mainly in the mornings US time, and then his YouTube channel obviously is doesn't pop up because his Twitter thing is wrong, but he is from Lisbon, Portugal, and he's a very good burn player, and he played in the Modern Showcase today. It didn't go so well for him, but running into Dredge and Merfolk will do that to anybody. Now, as far as his innovations in the sideboard, Surgical Extraction I already kind of mentioned. He likes this as a card against Uro, Creeping Chill, and then targeting, I believe he said Narcomoeba out of, is it Narcomoeba or, yeah, I think it's Narcomoeba out of the Oops All Spells deck. Another card that he has mentioned to me being very happy is Hushbringer, which is pretty good against humans specifically. I don't know there's too many other decks that's pretty good against. Roiling Vortex obviously is a card we've played quite a bit in our various burn decks. 3 copies of Smash to Smithereens as opposed to Wear Tear, which I'd been preferring of late. And then he's been running Lurrus, which Lurrus obviously is a valuable card, but sometimes it does give away a range of certain decks that you're playing. So that said, this is Bosseidon's list, so we're going to give it a go in a league. So a couple of things going on right now. The first thing is my work schedule is currently screwed up. So after this work week, which is my work week runs Saturday to Fridays, I'm currently scheduled morning shifts, which could disrupt when I stream. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. My immediate boss is trying to get it taken care of, but her boss is currently on a leave for medical reasons, and no one else seems to want to step up and deal with it. And his hand's fine. We have Lava Spike into Eidolon on the play. Seems reasonable enough. And so I'm doing an extra day of streaming for that particular reason, and also for the fact that we're just going to grab a basic mountain here. Go ahead and Lava Spike them. They're going to kind of know what's going on here. So that's going on. And then there's some other stuff that I won't get into. But looks like we're going to be casting Searing Blaze on turn 1 this turn instead of Eidolon. So I keep our life total relatively high. Of course they have Kiln Fiend. So it's like we're up against an older version of... So we could easily be dead here. Okay, second Kiln Fiend, sure. Well, I do believe we're probably dead here. Fast, brutal, and over quickly. Alright, well, at least this one is lava spiking them. They have laid up the stage here. I say that feels like a setup for lay up the stage. So if we draw a land, they're just dead, I think. So I presume they're going to play the Kiln Fiend here. Have to take a bit of a gamble here, try to hit a land drop. I mean, we're probably dead either way, so he wisely played around us having double Boros Charm, but in the end it doesn't particularly matter because... Interesting. So this is almost a hybridization of it's almost a hybridization of both Hayashi's lists and the old mono red. So what do we even bring in here? I guess we like Path to Exile? Maybe some number of Smash to Smithereens for Dragon's Claw potentially. And what cards do we not like? Skullcrack's kind of questionable. It doesn't do a particularly good job against Dragon's Claw, if that is their thing. And then the other potential cut is Boros Charm. Boros Charm doesn't interact with creatures particularly well. So I think that's where we're at here. guess one of the weaknesses of this particular list is to the red mirror without Core Firewalker. Like, you could potentially bring in Hushbringer, but I don't think a 1-3 lifelinker is where you want to be in that matchup. Don't think this hand's good enough. Using GG's guide, about 7 or 10 damage. This hand only has 10 damage, specifically if they have Dragon's Claw. Doesn't particularly play a control role well without giving them a land. Yeah, this hand's just a mulligan. This hand's much better at playing a control role, and we get to put back a land, so probably put back Sacred Founder, keep the fetch land. And then Seal of Fire. Oh, Seal of Fire also plays well with Lurrus. Okay. I should have played Seal of Fire anyway, so I'm a bit of an idiot. Metamorphose. Metamorphose. So are they playing Bedlam Reveler in addition to the other things? It'd be kind of crazy if they were playing Bedlam Reveler in addition to Season Pyro. I think we just gotta let this go. So we try to fight over this and they have, yeah, like they had Lava Dart or something. And just get blown out, so... Lurrus into our hand. Don't think replaying Seal of Fire is enough value to justify Lurrus at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, sure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they had... So if they had Bedlam Reveler, they could have already played it, so sure. Still gotta play another spell here. Let's hold a Path to Exile this turn. Pretty good last card. Really don't want to play Lurrus here, but attacks, huh? How do you really not have an answer to Luris here? That's kind of insane. What is your hand? All lands? Continuing to hold this land in our hand for Searing Blaze. Presume I'm going to see 2 lands pitched here. Yep. Not going to use anything at the moment. So this looks like a hybridization of... I guess that's a concession. Looks like a hybridization of Hayashi's lists with more traditional mono red. Is there any changes we want to make for Eidolon on the draw? Don't think so. I still think I want a couple smashes in the deck just in case they have Dragon's Claw somewhere in their 75. This hand's just too bad. It's got 4 lands, 2 very slow kill spells. This hand has the opposite problem. This hand's fine for a 5-card hand. Put back Swift Spear and Eidolon, I guess? Okay, that's our combat step. Anamorphose, sure. That's going to be a rough one. I guess on a positive note, at least we have smashes in our deck. I'm going to grab this, even though it deals us extra damage, obviously. Just glad Shrine only triggers on their stuff casting. It's a heck of a series of cards. I do think this is unfortunately going to be good night unless we find a Smash to Smithereens in fairly short order. We just helix this. I feel like they're going to be incentivized enough to tap mana. I can just smash this without them triggering it. Yep. Does require 3 mana to activate, correct? Yeah. Well, that's awkward. Burst lightning to the face, sure. Yep, yep. Still a close game. Say, especially if they have Seasoned Pyromancer. Ugh. They have a spell. This gets blown out. They don't. Wow. Spyro and the Spyro. Sure. Oh, man. I think we did. Yep. Mm-hmm. Even the hybridized version of Mono Red Prowess is pretty darn hard to fight through here. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. Bossiedon, interesting list you've got. Kind of funny that we immediately run into the Mono Red Mirror. Boros. So we are on the draw. think this hand's fine on the draw. Got a couple pieces of interaction. Got a goblin guide for early pressure. Oh, humans. Okay. So we get to try out the... That's not exactly what we wanted to see, but... Hopefully we don't get Thaliad here. Nope, looks like we're going to get booted. Presume you have to take bold here. We just fetch basic mountain, play Eidolon, say go. Reflector Mage or Manus Rider. Apparently Eidolon. Okay. Or Noble Hierarch, not Eidolon. Dur. Interesting. So we're taking 3 here. Taking nothing. Alright. So I think our best chance here is to skull crack them, go to 6, attack with both Eidolons, and hope we draw a skewer, a bolt, or another lava spike. Is that what I'm reading as the best situation here? What's up, War Dog? How you doing tonight? Alright, so as long as they kill one of these Eidolons, we're good. Well, that's good. Interesting game. Yeah, that's dead no matter what. Alright. Well, it's close, but always like slightly unfavorable to us, especially in the post-board games. So, bring in the paths, bring in the Hushbringers. Probably go down the Eidolons and a couple Boros charms. Seems like the cleanest cut here. Hand seems okay. It's not like the greatest hand in the world, but we have a 1-drop and a bunch of potential removal spells, so pretty good progression overall for us. Oh, life's going well enough, I suppose. Work sucks, but then again, I think that's the way it is for most people. Ever since they went to this new system at work, things have just been getting progressively more difficult. They said our position was getting a raise in addition to another area, and we didn't. It was no small margin. It was about $3. And then times lightning bolt. Sure. Presuming our opponent will block here. If they activate Vial, we kill this in response in case it's a Burrington Forge Tender. Noble Hierarch, I don't even remotely care. Sure. That's a bizarre trade if I've ever seen one. Very, very bizarre trade if I've ever seen one. Like, this puts the shields down for a turn and it's not great, but at the same time we only have, well, I mean, we have spells that can interact at this point. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but also whatever. Okay, freebooter. Nope, Thalia. So they would have already played Auriok Champion if they had it by now. So I think I'm kind of free to use this path if I need to here. It's a bit of a gamble, a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's not. I think pushing damage is kind of important here, so I'm just going to do the thing. So I wonder if their planes is in their hand. Probably not going to play Luris until we can bring back Seal of Fire. Auriok Champion would be really bad here. Nope, just another Thalia. Going to attack here first, force them to do the thing. This is one of the ways you can win the humans matchup, them not having Auriok Champion and flooding out a little bit. It's interesting that they're not using the island. I guess they want to be able to keep up Phantasmal Image. Land, please. It's pretty good. Now we get to go Luris plus. Well, it's not, like, I'm very thankful that Walmart provides, you know, the necessary tools for me to make a living. I'm not, like, dissatisfied with that, but a lot of their changes recently have just been kind of They're just not good for the employees overall. Like, yeah, sure, some people are getting paid more money, but a bunch of people had to take on more responsibilities they didn't really want. Well, it flooded out a lot. Wow. So we get to copy Luris, which is annoying. What do they bring back? Thalia? Yeah. Thalia is also kind of whatever here. Yeah, you only get to bring back one, friendo. Can tell our opponent is definitely a humans player. They have never... Not terribly worried about the champion of the parish simply because... Is this a concession lockup? I was going to say, it feels like a concession lockup. And the nice part is we didn't even have to show them Hushbringer. So... How is your job doing, Wardog? Are you back up to close to full hours now? Or full whatever? Like, I know you were struggling there for a bit to get... like full whatever. Didn't they lay you off for a little bit? Woo! Woo! We got the tech. But can we keep the rest of the hand is the question mark. Oh, I guess just because we have the Hushbringer. Anything but a land. So that qualifies as anything but a land. The downside is Warrior Champion would be annoying. Nope, just Alia. Cool. Oh boy. Say hello to my little friend. Oh. Sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. Warrior champion? Nope, Thaga's lieutenant. Congratulations. You have a 1-1. You have another 1-1. No blocks. Oh boy. They may not have had any other plays, honestly. And maybe they have like a dismember and can kill it? I don't know. Would you really bring in dismember against humans, though? Or against burn? My only concern with Hushbringer is you can't really bring it in against Uro. Or can you? I mean, we're not completely off the beaten path. They can slow us down with something like Oriok Champion, perhaps. Meddling Mage? I think Meddling Mage still does its thing, right? Yeah, Meddling Mage still does its thing. Why would you take a damage to play another Ether Vial? That doesn't make much sense. I think we have to hold Skullcrack here. So as much as I would love to Skullcrack and go to town here, I think I'm just going to hold up Bolt. Especially since one of the cards that could get us is Mantis Rider. Oh no, I know that. I was just referring to, I was trying to think of its triggers whenever it enters the battlefield, etc. I think Hushbringer would actually make it a much more devastating card. Another Meddling Mage? Sure. Gonna guess you're gonna name Lightning Bolt. Ding, ding, ding. I think with things as they are, I don't want to attack with Hushbringer. I'm more than willing to attack with Swift Spear, but I'm not attacking with Hushbringer here because I really don't want to give them an opening to ambush it with Mantis Rider, which really feels like it's their only option. Once again, not doing anything of significance here because of I'm wanting to play around Auriok Champion with Skullcrack as much as possible. Because, yeah, they're not getting life from these triggers with Auriok Champion in play now, but I don't want them to have a pro-red creature that we don't have an answer to right now. Get this strange feeling our opponents never played against a Hushbringer. I'm still getting the Manus Rider vibes from their last card in hand. Oh, what are the odds, right? Okay. Sure. Bolt you should be a concession. Don't even have to show them the other bolts. Finish them off with the Hush. Oh, wow. I guess we play one more match. I really only intended on going about an hour tonight. And the first two matches have somehow managed to take almost an hour. And it was 2 aggro matchups. Modern's in a weird place sometimes. We're up against Darth Dog. Seems okay, I guess. Mono Red Prowess. Just lava spiking them. Get the vibe that our dude was going to get bolted if we didn't. So we're up against what are we up against? Oh boy. Stoneforge Mystic or Chalice on one? This feels like Cathartic Reunion. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're getting dredged. Well, it was a weird version of Prowess 2. It was like mono red, but not Hayashi build. They had, looks like we're going to get Smiting Helixed. Or is this another Cathartic? Feels like it might be another Cathartic. Nope, it's an Ox. Dredge doing Dredge things. We're going to get destroyed, and our opponent didn't even see a... hasn't even seen a Creeping Chill on 38 cards, other than the one that was stuck in their hand. But anyways, he was playing, or they were playing, looked like traditional mono red Prowess, except instead of Bedlam Reveler, they were running Seasoned Pyro instead. So a little bit of the Hayashi, a little bit of Classic. How have they not hit a Creeping Chill yet? Opponent should have... I feel like their last card in hand's a land. So what is our chance to actually win this game? 5, 6. So if we rip Boros Charm, do we win the game? I think Boros Charms are only out. And if I block, I take that out away. Does buying ourselves an extra turn change that math? 7. Don't think so, because I think the more mills they have, I think we just run the no blocks. Hope to rip a charm. Don't know if there's anything that saves us here. Double bolts only what? It's 9 damage. I think we pass here. Yep, that's just game. Had to hope to dodge Creeping Chill, which obviously was very unlikely, but alright, so we bring in the Surgicals. Is this a Hushbringer matchup? Does keep Amalgam from coming back. Is that enough, though? Probably want to board out some number of the Eidolons. Bring in the Vortexes, even though they're a huge nombo with Surgical. Board out a Boros Charm, I guess. Hushbringer is the one card that I'm not sure about, because that would keep Amalgam from coming back, but is that enough? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's still not sure if that's enough, War Dog. This hand is like, it's a really good burn hand. I guess in the play we can gamble this hand, but this is certainly the hand that can easily get us killed here too. Like I could mull to Surgical or mull to, yeah, basically mull to Surgical. Did mulligan to 4, but for Dredge that doesn't mean a whole lot. This probably means either turn 1 Haggle or turn 1 Deafening Silence. That's cute. Not exactly a card I'd bring in against Burn, but cute, I suppose. Cathartic Reunion. Yep. It's pretty good mulligan to 4. Do we have anything to... Oh. They don't have any thing to Dredge. I think I'm going to take out the Ox here. We have Life from the Loam and Stinkweed Imp. See how many Deafening Silences. They brought in 2 Deafening Silences. Not exactly a card I'd bring in against Burn, but I can respect it, I guess. They could conflag here, which would be annoying, I suppose. Conflag only kills one of our guys. Looks like that's the route they're going to go. Sure. Maybe it was wrong to go for surgical on that stuff. Don't know. Because if they hit another chill here, we're in a lot of trouble. And I can cast Mining Helix. Yep, and they had another chill, so we're basically dead. No, we just are dead. So I got cute with the surgical. Maybe I was still supposed to wait on Creeping Chill, but I felt like that gave us an opportunity to close out the game. Maybe I got a little too cute there. I mean, gonna wrap up the stream there probably, but we did get to see, you know, a lot of the tech in action. We got to see Surgical Extraction doing its thing. We got to see Hushbringer against humans. So, you know, not the best result so far, 1 and 2. I think you meant conflag? Oh, War Dog. Your message was flagged. I'm gonna presuming the alcohol is getting there. If we take conflag though, that leaves them with Ox and a whole bunch of mills. Yeah, they can because they still have Ox. As long as they still had 8 of their cards in their graveyard, they still had Ox, and they had a fetch land in hand when we surgicaled them, so they were going to be able to get to the 8th card regardless, even if a surgical was even if Conflagrate was their 8th card in graveyard, they had a fetch land in hand that would have allowed them to get to 8 cards. So Conflag was a consideration, but I do think taking Ox was correct there. I think the decision was more, did I save the surgical for either whatchamacallit, either Smiting Helix, some type of enabler for Amalgam, or some type of Creeping Chill trigger. Because I know Bosseidon prefers to surgical Creeping Chill, but we had we didn't have Creeping Chill at that point, so I decided to try to leverage getting rid of their Ox. Maybe that was the incorrect play. Really hard to say there. That is one of the issues of playing somebody else's build, is not being quite sure which card I'm supposed to attack there. But overall, I mean, we've at least gotten to see the matchups where these changes are supposed to be part of, so, you know, that's a good thing. But definitely going to wrap things up there. We'll finish up the league tomorrow night. I did want to get a short stream in tonight, because as far as overall graveyard heat, if I'm specifically attacking Dredge and, like, Oops, I would want, like, 2 Crypt and 2 Rest in Peace. Or in a meta where they're a bigger part of the meta, like 3 Crypt, 2 Rest in Peace. But up until, like, the last couple of leagues, I hadn't seen Dredge in probably over 150 matches. So I really wasn't terribly worried about Dredge. And Oops, I just considered an unwinnable matchup with almost any deck I played, so I wasn't terribly worried about it. So, but I do think, like, a combination of Crypt and Rest in Peace, if you're targeting specifically decks like Dredge and Oops, I tend to like Relic better for fair matchups like Jund and Uropiles, simply because it's a long game value card in addition to that, and it has some additional utility against cards like Clothes. So I personally prefer Relic in my own builds of late, but you know, it's interesting to take a look at other people's builds. So anyways, gonna call it a wrap here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't really have anyone to raid tonight, so just gonna kind of sign off from there. This has been John for MTG Nexus. Don't forget to check out Bossiedon stuff if you like burn content, both his stream and his Twitter at Bossiedon Red. So thanks. Hope everyone has a good night.